Alright everybody, welcome back to an episode of From the Stands. We are in the second half officially. We had the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game. We're in the second half, so we're going to cover all that stuff with the headlines from this past week. Starting us off, the Braves have acquired Jock Peterson from the Cubs for a first baseman prospect named Bryce Ball. So the Cubs starting the pre-trade deadline off here by trading their offseason acquisition in Jock Peterson to the Braves. The Blue Jays have announced that they will return to Rogers Center in Toronto on July 30th, so they're finally able to go back home, so that's great for them. Bench is clear between the Pirates and the Mets as John Nogowski lines out to Pete Alonso at first base for Stroman to get out of a jam. Stroman didn't really say anything to him. I think Nogowski yelled at him. He was just frustrated he didn't get a hit, honestly. So Stroman obviously yelled back. Bench is cleared. That was kind of it. I think it was just the heat of the moment. Everybody's just kind of frustrated kind of thing. But we had that happen in that game. Albert Pujols collected his 3,284th hit. Passing Willie Mays for 11th on the all-time list. So congratulations to him. The White Sox and Lance Lynn agreed to a 2-year, $38 million extension with a club option for 2024. So he has been locked up. He's going to stay in the south side of Chicago. A Yankee fan threw a ball at Alex Verdugo from the stands. It actually hit him. Play was stopped and all the players were taken off the field. The fan was removed and he was banned from all 30 MLB ballparks. I think from what I've heard, I think Verdugo threw a ball in the stands that he was warming up with because the inning was about to start, and a Yankee fan got it and everybody was yelling at him to throw it back, so he threw it back and it hit Verdugo. And I think it was just one of those, I don't think he was trying to hit him or anything. It was just kind of a bad situation there. A situation outside of Nationals Park. There was a shooting outside of the park during the Nationals-Padres game. 4 people were shot outside of the park. The game was suspended. Players were trying to get fans inside the clubhouse from inside the park. So just not a great situation all around there. Francisco Lindor is to miss 4 to 6 weeks with an oblique strain. Along with that, Jacob deGrom was placed on the 10-day injured list with forearm soreness. So just all around, just not great news for the Mets as they try to hang on to their first place lead. Alex Reyes converted his 24th straight save to start his career. That is a new major league record. So congratulations to Alex Reyes. That is an incredible achievement for him. Time for the plays of the week. Starting us off, we're going to go back to the home run derby. Pete Alonso wins his second straight home run derby after winning the 2019 derby in Cleveland. Alonso beats Trey Mancini in the final round. He hit 35 home runs in the first round to beat Salvador Perez, 16 to beat Juan Soto in the second round, and then 23 to beat Mancini in the finals. So he was absolutely crushing the ball. The derby was awesome this year. Ohtani versus Soto was awesome. Mancini getting to the finals was really cool. Then of course Alonso just blowing everybody out of the water. It was just awesome to watch. The Padres put up 24 runs against the Nationals. They set a team record for the most runs ever in a single game. It was capped by Jorge Mateo's solo home run in the 9th inning as the Padres kind of beat down on the Nationals in that game. Jed Lowry hammered a 2-run walk-off home run off Emmanuel Clase to win it for the A's over Cleveland 5-4. If you look at the pitch he hit out, it was 101. I don't know if it was a cutter or just a straight fastball, but that was an impressive piece of hitting there off of Clase. Cubs come back in the 9th inning against the Diamondbacks. Robinson Chirinos tied the game with a pinch hit single before Wilson Contreras hits the go-ahead 2-run home run. And if you watch the video, the TV broadcast kind of goes out during it and then comes back, so it's kind of a funny shot with the go-ahead 2-run home run to put the Cubs ahead in that game. The Phillies bullpen struck again. Jesus Aguilar hits a game-tying 2-run home run in the 9th inning. Everybody can't believe it. The game gets suspended due to rain and extra innings, but the next day, JT Realmuto in the bottom of the 10th walks it off with a home run right after the game resumes. So the Phillies blow that one, but come back to win that game. Pirates scored 9 runs in a comeback against the Mets. They scored 5 in the 8th inning, and then Jacob Stallings in the 9th inning with the bases loaded against Edwin Diaz. It's a walk-off grand slam to win it 9-7 for the Pirates. The Mets led 6-0 heading into the 8th inning. Then they led 7-5 heading into the 9th inning, and they blew both of those leads. So kind of tough to watch for my Mets here. And then the next day, the Pirates score 3 runs on this ground ball that Taijuan Walker thought it went foul, so he kind of flips it off into the the stands there. All 3 runners come around and score because everybody thinks it went foul. The Mets manager was ejected, so Luis Rojas got thrown out. But the Mets came back to take the lead in the 9th inning on a 2-run home run by Michael Conforto. So kind of crazy for them to go down 6-0 in the first inning and then come back to take the lead. It was the first time in NL history that one team came back from a 6-run deficit to win the previous night, and then the next day the other team does it back to them, if that makes sense. So kind of a crazy couple days for the Mets and the Pirates. Time for the games of the week. We're going to start off with the All-Star game. It wasn't an absolutely crazy game, but it was still a fun game to watch. Top of the second here, Marcus Semien drives in the first run for the AL on this ground ball to third. And then in the third inning, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. absolutely crushes this ball off of Corbin Burns, so it makes it 2-0 American League. And then he would come up again in the 5th inning and ground out to bring in another run, so it's 3-0 AL. And then Xander Bogaerts would follow that up with a base hit, so it makes it 4-0 American League. The NL would get on the board in the bottom of the 5th, JT Realmuto with the home run off of Gregory Soto. So that gets the NL on the board. It is now 4-1. But the AL will get that run back in the top of the 6th off of Taijuan Walker. Mike Zunino homers. Absolutely crushes this ball to right field. So that brings any run. It makes it 5-1 now, American League. In the bottom of the 6th with the bases loaded on a passed ball here, Machado comes in to score. So that puts on another run for the National League. And then in the 8th inning with the bases loaded, Chris Bryant up. He lines it to Jared Walsh in left field. He makes this incredible sliding catch to end the 8th inning and keep the American League lead intact in this inning. And then Liam Hendricks will come on in the 9th inning to get the save here. Gets Trey Turner to ground out to end the game, and that would do it. The AL takes this one by a final of 5-2. Next up, we have a crazy game between the Braves and the Rays in Atlanta. We're going to jump to the 4th inning. It's 2-0 Tampa Bay. Austin Riley, though, it's a game-tying 2-run home run, so it's now 2-2. Dansby Swanson would follow that up with a home run of his own, so that makes it 3-2. The Braves take the lead, but in the 5th, G-Man Choi would tie it up with a home run of his own, makes it 3-3. We are tied up, but in the bottom half, Freddie Freeman comes up. These teams going back and forth. He hits a home run, 2-run shot, puts the Braves up 5-3 now. In the 7th inning, Austin Meadows are bringing a run on a sacrifice fly that brings home Wander Franco. In the bottom half, though, the Braves will get that run right back. Orlando Arcia with the base hit brings in another run, so it's now 6-4 here. In the 8th inning, though, the Rays not done yet. Austin Meadows with the RBI single makes it a 1-run game, and then Joey Wendell will ground ball to short. That would bring home the game-tying run. It's now 6-6 on the base hit there. And then in the 10th inning, Austin Meadows with a runner on here hits the go-ahead single, and the Rays would go on to hang on to win this one. Fairbanks gets Jock Peterson to ground out here for the final out of the inning. The Rays hang on to win this one by a final of 7-6. Next up, we have a game between the Brewers and the Reds in Cincinnati. We're going to jump to the 7th inning. It's 2-0 Cincinnati. Christian Yelich will ground out, bring in the first run of the game for the Brewers. Then Willie Adames would line a RBI single. So that would bring in Colton Wong, makes it 2-2. The Brewers come back to tie it. And then Omar Narvaez lifts this one to center field. Shogo Akiyama makes the catch on, and then that would bring home the go-ahead run, so it makes it 3-2. In the bottom of the 8th, though, Jonathan India would tie the game on this drive down the left field line in this home run here, so it makes it 3-3. Heading to extra innings, the top of the 10th, Luis Urias with the go-ahead single makes it 4-3 Milwaukee, but the Reds would tie it in the bottom half. Tyler Stevenson with the sacrifice fly brings in Michael Lorenzen, makes it 4-4. But the Brewers in the 11th breakthrough, Christian Yelich with the RBI double, with the go-ahead double, makes it 5-4. Avisail Garcia would bring in another run here on this fielder's choice, brings in another run, so it's 6-4, and then Jace Peterson would lift a sacrifice fly to bring in another run, so it makes it 7-4, and the Brewers would hang on to win this one by a final of 7-4 over the Reds. Next up, we have a great game between the Nationals and the Padres in DC. Top of the 4th, it's already 4-0 Washington. Eric Hosmer with the 3-run home run, so that makes it a 4-3 ball game, just a 1-run game now. And then the 7th, Jerkson Profar would tie it up with a home run of his own, so it makes it 4-4. The Padres have come back, and they would take the lead on a Manny Machado home run, 2-run shot. Knocks in Tatis as well, so it makes it 6-4. San Diego now, but in the bottom of the 8th, The Nationals not done yet. Alcides Escobar with the solo home run makes it 6-5. It's a 1-run game, and then Juan Soto with the 2-run shot, just like that, puts Washington up 7-6. But we're not done yet. In the 9th inning, Trent Grisham would tie up the game with 2 outs, brings in Jorge Mateo. So the Padres have come back to tie it at 7. But in the bottom of the 9th, Alcides Escobar again with the game-winning hit to center field here. So he hits the home run in the 8th inning, and then he wins it in the 9th. For the Nationals, they take it by a final of 8-7 over the Padres. And finally, we have this game between the Rockies and the Dodgers. We're going to jump to the 5th inning. It's 2-1 LA. Garrett Hampson pops his ball up to second. So Taylor and Muncy kind of figuring out who's going to get it. Taylor calls him off, but he drops it, so that brings in the tying run. It's 2-2, and then in the 7th inning, Matt Adams would knock in the go-ahead run on this base hit, so that brings in the go-ahead run, so it's now 3-2. But in the 8th inning, Will Smith with the go-ahead 2-run home run for the Dodgers, so he puts them up 4-3 now. In the bottom of the 9th, off of Kenley Jansen, Chris Owings with the base hit to tie the game, makes it 4-4. The Rockies have come back to tie it, but in the 10th inning, Will Smith again knocks in the go-ahead run, so it's now 5-4. But in the 10th inning, Trevor Story lifts the sacrifice fly to tie the game, so the Rockies have come back again, and then Charlie Blackmon ends it with a walk-off home run. The Rockies walk it off again. They lead the league in walk-off wins as they walk off the Dodgers by a final of 6-5. On to our performances of the week. Starting us off, Jake Cronenworth hit for the cycle. He went 4 for 5, 4 RBIs. Of course, hit a cycle, single, double, triple home run for him in DC against the Nationals. So great performance by him. Lucas Giolito shut down the Astros. Complete game, 9 innings pitched, just 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, 8 strikeouts against the best hitting team in the American League in the Astros for Lucas Giolito. Hyun-Jin Ryu threw a 7-inning shutout for the Jays. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs allowed, 4 strikeouts for him. And then Corbin Burns goes 8 1/3 against the Reds, 5 hits, no runs, 12 strikeouts for Corbin Burns in this game. On to the standings watch. The Red Sox lead the AL East by half game over Tampa Bay. The Jays are 6 games out. The Yankees are 7 games out in that division. The White Sox lead the Central by 8 games over Cleveland. That race is over. Houston leads the West by 3.5 games over Oakland, and the Mariners are just 6 games out. I think they'd be a lot further out. They're just 6 games out of that division. In the National League, the Mets just have a 2-game lead over the Phillies. Their lead is getting smaller and smaller. 4 games over Atlanta and 6 over Washington. Brewers lead the Central by 7 games over the Reds. That's another race that is just done. The Giants lead the Dodgers by 1 game in the West, and the Padres are 5 games out in that division. Players of the week, only a couple games to kind of choose from here, so I'm going to go with the pair of White Sox pitchers. Starting us off, Lucas Giolito in the American League, 9 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 8 strikeouts, ERA of 1. Of course, threw a complete game against the Astros. Then I'm going to go with Carlos Rodon, also pitched against the Astros. He threw 7 innings pitched, just 1 hit allowed, no runs, 10 strikeouts, and then, of course, a 0 ERA against a tough Houston team. And then for my hitters, I'm going to go with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., carrying it over from the All-Star game. He had 333, 3 home runs, and a 1.733 OPS. And I'm going to go with Tim Anderson, who had 462 with a double, triple, and 2 home runs, and a 1.615 OPS. So the White Sox getting it done against the Astros. In the National League, Corbin Burns goes 8 1/3, 5 hits, no runs, 12 strikeouts against the Reds. And then Max Fried against the Rays goes 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts in that game. On the offensive side, I'm going to go with Juan Soto, who had 538. He had a double, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, and a 1.908 OPS. And then William Adames for the Brewers. He went 8 for 13, which is a 615 average. He had 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and a 1.841 OPS for him. For the rookie watch, we're going to kind of carry over from the week before. Jake Berger for the White Sox hit 350. He's hitting 357, 1 home run on the year, 3 RBIs, and a 1.062 OPS. So keep an eye on the usual guys, but here's another guy you can kind of keep your eye on just coming up for the White Sox. What to watch for? We got a lot of good series coming up. The Giants and the Dodgers start a 4-game series starting tonight. Just 1 game separates the 2 teams in the NL West, so it's going to be an important series for these teams. The Yankees and the Red Sox start again on Thursday with a 4-game set this time in Boston. So we'll see if the Yankees can continue to make up ground against them. And the White Sox and the Brewers. Two good first place Central teams meet in Milwaukee starting on Friday for 3 games. That'll be an exciting series. Lots of good pitching in that one. And on to the highlight reel, got a couple things for you guys. Kevin Newman on this play up the middle makes a great flip to Adam Frazier, and who makes the bare hand grabs. They get the out at second on this play up the middle. Miguel Cabrera hit a walk-off single against the Twins on this pop-up, this flare to center field that drops, and then Scope on first base makes it all the way around to score the game-winning run against the Twins. Fernando Tatis Jr. is just absolutely incredible. He gets a check swing double here on this ground ball that goes through the right side because they had the shift on him. So he gets to second base, and he shows out this crazy footwork to avoid the tag. This is absolutely insane if you watch this and what he did. He kind of pulls his foot back and then goes around. That is just crazy athleticism from him. That's going to do it, guys. We are officially in the second half. Lots of good baseball coming up this week. Division races are going to start to heat up. The trade deadline is going to be coming up soon, so we're going to have a lot of news there. So stay tuned. I will make sure you guys get all caught up with all of the news. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next week.